Okay. More fascia soffit kind of stuff. Um, what I ended up doing here is I used a 1x12 fascia, and I moved it up to the top of the soffit, and I flipped the orientation of it so that it's to the inside, so that it's flush with the soffit here on the outside. That gets it up pretty close to the bottom of the roof right there. Okay, because since our roof is 4 inches thick, I mean we could do a half-inch thick soffit under here if we wanted to, but I don't know that there's a need for that. Um, what I did over here is I did an extrusion to create these end pieces. And I came in here real quickly. I can knock this one out. I did component, model in place, generic. And I set my work plane as the edge of the roof. Okay. Extrusion, pick lines, top of the roof, face of the wall, inside of the fascia. And then I draw a line from the bottom of the fascia back to the roof at 90 degrees. And there I got the snap, okay? And then trim those out. Okay, and I've got it over here, 3/4 inch thick. My wood Anderson painted white. Finish the model, delete the element. Don't know why that keeps coming up. And then I grab the end of the fascia outside and drag it over 3/4 of an inch to cover the edge of that up. I tried copying one over, but it didn't like it. You might be able to, but it just didn't like it. Okay. I still don't know what we can do about that corner of the wall there, short of moving this wall over. Well, I don't know. Anyway, okay, so got those things done. Uh, got this one in. Did these coming back here. Now, when you do the soffit for this roof, you got to do this one, the front, separate from the back. Uh, and let me show you. Let me hide that. Um, let me hide those two. I did this one. I moved it up 6 inches from the high ceiling. That puts it, a little bit below the edge of the roof, and that gives us enough coverage for this. And just kind of made it work out right. Okay. So the soffit's on the front. You can go high ceiling, go up 6 inches. Okay. Around here on the back, um, that's kind of normal. And you remember our roof here has this weird wonky thing. I don't know how. I never figured out how to fix that. But what we'll do here is we'll either create a fascia. We'll make a piece of fascia work for it. Okay. So I just did the soffit continuous over at the same level here on the back as what was on the side over here. Now this one, this piece of soffit here, I moved it up 1 foot 11 and 32 inches from the high ceiling. It's just kind of a weird. I'm not really sure about our plans that we've got that we're working with because of that one truss that goes across there. But that was the offset for this soffit here in the back. Um, I I tried it and it kind of worked here. I edited the profile of the hip roof out here, or edited the footprint. And before it just came out as a straight corner. Um, came up here to the top and pulled it and drew these two lines over to get it back away from where this roof comes in, trimmed it off, and neither of those two are set to slope, okay? And it took the roof out. You remember the roof was extending over here, okay? So it took that out. And now what we're going to have to do is we're just going to have to model in place the soffit. Um, and once we get the soffit in, we might be able to put this fascia in. I don't know. We'll just have to see. Um, I don't know. We'll see. Okay, we'll probably just have to model it also. And the fascia coming across here. I've got those turned off right now. So to model this thing, uh, oh, model in place, we'll go generic again. Okay. And I'm going to set that as the face of the wall. And we'll do an extrusion. And we'll pick the rear of the, oh, dude. Okay. I got to fix that wall, but I'll go ahead and pick this corner and project it back. Okay. And now we'll draw lines connecting those together. Okay. And we got our color set to wood, Anderson painted white. We're going to bring that out. I think 11 and 7/8 is what we want. Okay, that looks right. And I just have to edit the footprint of that one. Because I had followed the roof there. Okay, so those join okay. Now let's do another one that has our 1x8 trim board coming up. It's not going to be, uh, yeah, we'll try it and have to miter it and see how it works here. Okay. Um, and I'm gonna work on the wall again. Okay, and now let's offset that by 7 1/4 because we're dealing with a 1x8. Okay, and because these things are, we can't miter the fascia, I don't believe, so we'll pick the back of the fascia. Pull that out and do some mitering there, and we're going to extrude it 3/4 of an inch. Okay, come on. It worries me when the wheels turn like that. Okay, and I don't know that we can join those together. Let's see. Yes, what do you know? Amazing. Okay, something finally worked. All right, let's see. I think I've got some fascias turned off here. Let's see. Okay, no, I didn't have this one here built. So we're gonna do, we are gonna have to extrude that one because if we do a regular uh, fascia there, a 1x12 is, is certainly tall enough. Well, it barely covers that, you see, just barely. So it's really not tall enough. So we're just going to have to model it, all right? And we'll do that again. And what we'll do is we want to keep it level with the bottom of this one as it comes across. And then it's going to join with this one up here. But those things hang down. Let's see if we can get a measurement of how far they're hanging down. I think it was well, that says 2730 seconds. Okay. So that's how far we're going to want it to hang down. So we'll do another model. Isn't this fun? And while we're doing it, let's just this should work. We'll see. That one may, that little piece right there may not work for us. So we'll just have to see. All right, so let's get squared back up here. And we'll pull that one out long so I can trim it. And let's do an offset 7 1/4 of that. And these will, let's put another line in there. And we need to trim, yeah, we need to trim down here. 3/4 thick, okay. What do you know? Well, it looks a little bit wonky right there. Yeah, we got to edit that profile. Okay. Ooh. So let's, tell you what, let's do. I picked the bottom of the soffit we just made. Now let's do an offset of it. 27, 30 seconds. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to find the end point of that. And so now let's fillet the bottom of this and that one. Because that's our 8¼ Okay, so let's take that one out, and I will draw a line from that endpoint to that intersection, and then take both of those out. It's kind of a wonky size, but it works. Woo. My little 3D mouse gets a little wild sometimes. Okay, so I think that gets, well, you got to put an end cap on this piece here, and then I got to, finish out this one here, and I'll finish it up. And then that would get all of our roof and fascia and stuff done. Now, we're not going to be able to do these arched keyway arches over the windows. Haven't found out a good way to do that, and it looks like it's going to be really, really complicated. So I think we're going to skip those for this project. And then the next thing we're gonna work on is going to be a floor plan drawing with dimensions. Once you get all this exterior stuff cleaned up and finished up. Sounds good.